Thanks, Gretch. Going to pot. New Jersey could be following California's lead and going to pot, trying to use marijuana in hospitals. But are they taking it upon themselves to override the FDA? New Jersey State Senator Nicholas Scuteri and David Evans, the executive director of the Drug-Free Schools Coalition, join us for a fair and balanced debate. Good morning, both of you.
Good morning.
Senator, why do you, you're the fellow who has written the law. You say that New Jersey hospitals have come to you asking, hey, we want to make pot legal in the hospitals?
New Jersey teaching hospitals have presented a proposal to our new Republican administration and asked them to be one of the prime dispensaries during this medical marijuana manufacturing phase that we're in the process of ferreting out and putting together in a manner that we think is reasoned, controlled, and is going to be in the best interest of all the members of the public.
Now, would they be able to smoke pot, or are we talking about some of those pills with the pot stuff in it?
Well, whatever the doctors believe is the best way to ingest the marijuana.
So it could be smoking pot?
Certainly.
All right. Dave, you got a problem with this?
Well, I have a problem with the whole idea of medical marijuana, but the hospital plan at least is better than what he originally wanted to do. He wanted people to be able to have pot gardens where they could have 6 marijuana plants. Those plants can get as tall as 6 feet and 4 feet wide. And then they moved to setting up pot stores all over New Jersey like they have in California. So this is an improvement, but you know, when you have a pig and you dress it up, it's still a pig. No matter how you try to make smoking pot medical, it's not. It's not been proven to be a safe and effective medicine. If you look at 3 of the conditions that are mentioned in this law, cancer, for example, nobody can accuse California of being prejudiced against marijuana, but the Department of Environmental Protection out there last summer declared marijuana smoke to cause cancer. AIDS is also mentioned in this legislation. Harvard Medical School just came out with a study showing that if you ingest marijuana in any form, it weakens your immune system, opens your body up to Kaposi's sarcoma, which is something people with AIDS die from. Multiple sclerosis is also mentioned in this law. The National Multiple Sclerosis Association in April of 2008 came out and said, do not smoke marijuana if you have multiple sclerosis. There's too many negative side effects. There are safer, already FDA-approved medicines available.
All right. Nick, how do you respond?
Well, one of the purposes of having the hospitals allowed to be the dispensaries, that would allow for scientific study of this. I'd met with the Department of Health Commissioner recently to talk about this and giving a rollout period to allow the hospitals, the teaching hospitals specifically, to educate new doctors, to study the strains of marijuana, to study its efficacy with respect to these terminally ill patients. And I think terminally ill patients, the last thing they're worried about is contracting cancer from marijuana.
But isn't there something, you would think in a hospital they would have some really potent drugs. Are you telling me that they've run out, smoking pot is better than, you know, the stuff that pharmaceutical companies in New Jersey have developed?
Well, that's the whole purpose of it, is to allow the significant study of marijuana in its efficacy for its medical purposes. And yes, marijuana has been around for years and years and years. No one's ever died from it. And one of the things that the doctors would like to be able to do is to study it in an efficient manner. That's why a significant sole source production might be the best way to roll this out.
I'll give you the final word.
The senator has just made my case for me. He approved something as a medicine where he even now acknowledges there's not enough research showing that it's safe and effective. This is the height of irresponsibility. This is a typical move. The New Jersey legislature...
The federal government's the one who's been irresponsible in allowing for the significant study.
Senator, there already are 2 cannabinoid-based drugs that have gone through the FDA process. There's one in the process right now called Sativex. That is absolutely untrue. Leave it with the FDA, not with the New Jersey legislature.
When I see someone overdose from marijuana, then I'll be concerned that you're correct.
Plenty of people die from marijuana.
There has not been
drunk driving accidents, industrial accidents, cancer, emphysema, all of those conditions. If you'd looked at the research that I had sent you on the medical dangers of marijuana, you wouldn't have that opinion.
All right, guys, we're going to have to end it right there for now. Senator Nicholas Scuteri and Dave Evans, we thank you both for joining us live.
Thank you.
Email us right now. Where do you come down? Do you think this is a good idea or not? Friends@foxnews.com.